I'm Tara Douglas. I've asked our very own Mr. Randy Clark to join me today on Pet Connect. Randy has his own show here at TV 47. It's Randy's Corner every Tuesday morning. He also regularly interviews people around town for the Things Going On in Sylacauga Facebook page with Mr. Paul Stepp. He coordinates litter pickup. He's a part of the Beautification Council. He volunteered at the Marble Festival this year and greeted people at our sculpting site. And of course, this is Pet Connect, so I have to talk about how he shows up at the shelter almost every Saturday to walk dogs. And it's because of all of this and more that Randy was awarded the Spirit of Sylacauga Award, the first ever given out at the Celebrate Sylacauga banquet last weekend. So, Randy, thank you for coming on the show with me.
Good morning.
How'd you like that introduction?
Hey, that was pretty good. You got me a little blushy over here.
I could have talked about more things you've done.
Well. Let's talk about you and Pet Connect. And may I also say, Broadway Spinal Care also won an award.
Well, we did. We were honored, but we're talking about you today. So.
Okay. I just wanted to throw that in because there were several awards given out, and I can't express how much I appreciate the award. It really hadn't sunk in yet.
I bet it hasn't.
But Laura Strickland and the Chamber of Commerce and her staff and all the people that had anything to do, what a fabulous night. It was a great night. We had great food, great people, great friends.
Great entertainment. It was a lot of fun.
Entertainment, that three on the string. I'd heard about them before, but they were fabulous. What entertainers.
They were great.
Right.
And I have to let you know that we talked about you at the Chamber Board meeting, and we were talking about how that award, we wanted someone that smiles every time they talk about Sylacauga and can put smiles on people's faces talking about Sylacauga, and that's why you got that award.
Well, I appreciate it. But, one of the biggest things that tells me, can we talk about the Marble Festival for a minute?
Absolutely. You were right there in the middle of it the whole time.
Well, old machine, my job was to greet the visitors. And I tell you, there is nothing like, I tell you what put a bigger smile on my face.
There's a picture of you and the volunteers.
Right. There's something that put a bigger smile on my face than Sylacauga coming out of my mouth was, a lot of times people went to the library first, our visitors. They go to the library and then they want to go eat and then they come down there and visit the sculptors. But to hear these people brag about such a nice town, a clean town, what great people they met in town. And, it seems like every year we got somebody that decides they want to move to Sylacauga.
Absolutely.
So, that's a compliment to our town.
It is, because we had big groups coming through.
We had big groups coming.
School groups, we had church groups, we had groups of retired people, just bus loads of people coming in.
Right, bus loads of people, and we had such a great time. And we can't go too far without talking about Dr. Spears and the people at the library, the museum, all of our small business owners in town. They just greeted these people and welcomed them to Sylacauga.
Absolutely.
And it just went great. I'm a little sad because it's over.
I know, it's kind of bittersweet. You're tired and it has to come to an end, but you hate to see it go.
I hate to see it go.
We have so many wonderful sculptors that come,
we
and
do.
It's fun to have people coming into town and talking about the history of marble in Sylacauga.
Right, and the job that you and Jonathan done, y'all have just, when y'all opened y'all's businesses, y'all dove right into Sylacauga. And we love that about y'all. Your award was deserving.
Well, thank
also,
you. We're glad to be here. We're enjoying being back home.
Right. Thank you very much for the award. Thank you, Sylacauga. And Laura and all y'all that gave me this award. Like I said, it hadn't sunk in yet, but I sure appreciate it. And I'm sure all the people that received awards that night sure appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. The people that I've talked to, everyone's just thrilled that they got the award. And it was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Now, let's talk about something else that's a lot of fun here in town, walking dogs on Saturday.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't it so much fun?
It is so much fun.
There's some pictures of you out there with some dogs.
Right. And a lot of people don't know really what is involved in running an animal shelter. That's a hard job.
It is. That's a very tough job.
It's a tough job, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If it wasn't for the Friends of Avondale, I don't know what we would do out there at the shelter. And you and Jonathan, y'all kind of head up the program, of course, with Terry and Mitzi and others out there, you know, that come with the Friends of Avondale. And if you hadn't come out there and walked the dog, come out there with us on Saturdays at 11 o'clock. And
There you are, right there, smiling. I tell you,
well,
it is.
You know, first of all, the dogs smile
They
when
do.
we get them out. You know?
can tell they are so thrilled to get out,
They
and
are
they're
so thrilled.
happy to walk around.
Right.
And one thing that people have told me, and I've discussed this on here before, is that they're very surprised. They come out there and they're surprised at how sweet the dogs are,
Yes.
and how much fun they have walking them. Because I think the assumption is if a dog's at the shelter, it's a bad dog, but that is not true at all.
No, that's not true
These dogs
whatsoever.
are just wonderful dogs, and just need a good home. And this is a way that we can help them find a good home. We can take them
Exactly.
out and take them for walks and learn their personality and let them interact with people and get them out of those kennels, because
Get 'em
they
out. You know, I can imagine being locked up in those kennels all week, and then they look forward to walking dogs on Saturdays as much as we do walking them.
absolutely. I think they expect us to be there.
And even the dogs that was stray dogs or feral dogs, you know, it might take a little while for that dog to get used to people, but it's amazing how you can get a stray dog out there and go from week 1 to say week 3, and they're smiling and happy, and they'll walk with you. You
Absolutely.
know, the first Saturday or 2, you might have to just sit with it and pet it and let it know that it is loved. But eventually they come around, and there's so many beautiful dogs out there that get
Absolutely.
adopted.
And there's so many dogs with different sizes, different ages, and it's so nice to have people of all ages and coming out to walk dogs, because we can also get a lot of information about whether or not the dogs are child friendly, if they're dog friendly. It's just a great group of people that comes out and walks.
A great group of people. So if you hadn't ever come out and walk dogs with us on Saturday, come on out there. We're out there every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. And sometimes they're different groups. We got some
Absolutely.
people that comes all the
They
time.
do. We've got so many wonderful regular volunteers that come out there and just know what to do, and that helps, and they help the new people that come out. But also, I was talking to Terry Brooks, because Terry Brooks heads the part of the Saturday where we take pictures of the available dogs.
Right.
And sometimes it's helpful because she has younger dogs a lot of times, and it's helpful to have children out there to come and pet the younger dogs. And when they're available to be petted, sometimes we have to be really careful with the younger dogs. There's not puppies available every time you come out there, because they have to have all their shots and have to be protected to make sure they can come out and be around a lot of people. But it's so fun to see
wonderful.
people light up coming out
That's
there.
wonderful. And speaking of puppies, we need to give a little shout out to these people that foster
We have wonderful
dogs
fosters.
and cats. Oh my! What big hearts they have.
Absolutely.
It's not easy to take in puppies or kittens. You raise them up till they're be able to be adopted, and then you get rid of them. I don't know if that's me, because I don't do it because I'd probably get in trouble because I had too many dogs and cats at my house. And the people that does this, fosters of dogs, they're amazing.
And we've got a lot of wonderful fosters through Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill. So if you're ever interested in fostering, we've talked about that on the show here. We've had a lot of wonderful fosters come on the show, and definitely let us know. You can message the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill through Facebook. You can email us at theferaldogsofavondalemil@gmail.com, and you can find out more about it, because it's a matter of, if you have the time and you have the love available, then everything else is provided by Feral Dogs of Avondale. So, and it gives these puppies an opportunity to go to a rescue, because a lot of times they want to see that the puppies have been fostered before they leave to go to other states. And that gives us that ability to get them to other rescues where they do have more adoptability.
Right.
And then some of the older dogs, it's nice if they can be fostered and and be in a home for a while so that people can see, okay, this is a dog that's had some training, has had some socialization with other dogs and living in a house, and it makes it a lot easier to adopt out those dogs as well.
Right. Can I give a shout out in just a minute for, it's dog related.
Absolutely.
I want to give a shout out to those hunters that have hunting dogs.
Because you used to have hunting dogs, right?
I did.
Okay.
For 20 years I had hunting dogs. And those guys and gals, there's not just guys that's got hunting dogs, there's gals too that love to hunt. And there's all different kind of hunting dogs. Rabbit dogs, deer dogs, coon dogs. You could just go on and on. But let me tell you something, there's a misconception about these folks. But let me tell you, anything that you feed twice a day and you water twice a day, you give them shelter, you take care of them, they become almost, well, I'm gonna say they become your children. So there's 99.99% of our dog hunters that really love their dogs. I'll give you a perfect example of some hunting dogs that I used to have. Now I don't do it anymore because, I just, you know, you lose friends over the years, you lose hunting lands, and I'll be honest with you, back when I had hunting dogs, you could get a 50-pound sack of dog food for $5. Not so much anymore.
No, that's
okay,
not available
but,
anymore.
My youngest daughter, when she was going to school, I think she was 5 or 6 years old, and they asked her about her siblings. Well, at the time, I had 9 hunting dogs. I hunted half of them in the morning, I hunted half of them in the afternoon. And she goes to school and she tells them about her 2 sisters. Well, she just keeps naming off. And the teacher called my wife later on. She said, "How many children do you got?" Well, my daughter at 5 and 6 years old, she knew every one of these dogs' names because they was part of our family. They was my children. My kids considered them their siblings. So hunting dogs are just as much part of a family, you know. Shout out to all you hunters that have hunting dogs. They take care of these dogs just like they do their kids.
Yeah, and I wish more people would take care of not just their hunting dogs, but their pet dogs too,
Exactly.
like that. We'd have a lot fewer ending up at the shelter.
That's
like
right.
we do.
That's right.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you so much for coming to talk to me. We'll have you on again sometime.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll come on anytime.
Absolutely. We
Right.
had a good time.
I thoroughly enjoyed this.
And before we go, we're going to talk about Hawkeye. So here is our pet of the week. This is Hawkeye. He is about 2 years old. He's at the shelter. He is a delightful dog.
What a beautiful dog.
He is so beautiful. He is dog friendly. He's kid friendly. There's just nothing wrong with Hawkeye. He is just the perfect dog. And we cannot figure out why he's still there. And we need to break him out of that shelter and find him a home. So if you know someone who'd be interested in Hawkeye, he is just the best dog. Come on out Saturday to meet him, walk him. Let's get some more pictures of him. Let's get some videos of him. Let's get those out on Facebook and find Hawkeye a home. So definitely get out there with us on Saturday from 11 to 1, and we'll find Hawkeye a home. And thank you so much for joining us for Pet Connect. We have more Daybreak after these messages.